back, friends and family. This is literally Lisi with Alec Stewart in my apartment. This is on location in West Philadelphia. Not born and raised, not Will Smith. Lisi. Literally Lisi. Martinez, and Alec.
Hi, everybody.
And Troy. Trogger.
Hey guys, you can't see me on camera, but I'm over here.
It's Troy.
Doing his best all day. Today we have a German beer.
Yeah.
Not sponsored whatsoever.
Not yet.
Not yet. Hogarden.
Hogarden.
If you know what I mean. But not in
Good.
Anyway, Alec, what's your favorite emoji right now?
Oh God, what is my favorite emoji?
Yeah, your favorite latest emoji.
I really like doing random ones that people don't expect. So, like you can just, instead of the face,
And, like,
you
they
give,
don't make sense.
the turkey
either.
emoji.
Yeah, and it's not even Thanksgiving.
Yeah, absolutely. The hog
Yeah.
emoji. No one expects the hog emoji.
Did we order bacon, egg, and cheeses?
Is
it the hog and the frying pan with the egg?
I like that too. Yeah, for like I very rarely
Okay.
text about food. I don't know why that is.
Like boom boom boom.
Yeah.
Blueberry, carton of milk,
Sure.
banana, question mark. Yes, I want to go for frozen yogurt.
Exactly right.
Yes.
The ones I use the most are the exclamation ones. So like the champagne bottle exploding,
Yeah.
firecracker,
Confetti.
yeah, all that stuff. That's like yes. So they are excited responses to things. For whatever reason, those appeal to me. Don't know why.
It's a good time. It's a good time.
Yeah.
What's your background? Where did you grow up?
Where did I grow up? Okay, so my family is almost entirely based out of Delco.
Okay,
So-
Delco.
Indeed, and so
Really, where in Delco?
Troy's from Delco.
Yeah, I'm from
No
Delco.
way. Okay,
Yeah.
so they're
Hell yeah.
all Ridley kids.
Oh my god!
right?
Should
Oh
I
my
be the
God,
editor
yeah.
of this episode?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
literally Troy.
Exactly. So yeah, my dad's friends would chase my mom's brother around the neighborhood and torment his friends, and it's just like sort of a small neighborhood there.
Classic.
Sounds like Delco activity.
It
you know?
does.
Yeah.
It does. All of the Delco activity that is that you can think of that corresponds with Delco happened to members of my family, right? So yeah, absolutely. So all the stereotypes are true, and I can say that because I'm almost from there, but I'm not, because my dad was like, after he went in the military, he got drafted. They sent him to Germany, and he like found it to be sort of bucolic and beautiful and green, and he was like, I never want to be around people ever again, which I think in the 60s was kind of the thing where you were like, I'm going to be the isolationist guy. So he went back to college for soil conservation, and he ended up like doing he worked for the Soil Conservation Service, and we ended up living in West Virginia for a kind of a long time, first in a suburb, then
I was gonna say, because you definitely don't have a Delco accent.
I do not, but I don't have West Virginia accent either.
Yeah.
And I don't have a Maryland accent, which comes next. But for a long time, we lived in like a farm in West Virginia. We had like horses. We had like all this crazy stuff, and it was like in Appalachia. On the opposite side of the view from our house was like another mountain. We lived on the side of a mountain, and so half of my life was growing up there in this like very rural environment, and I really liked it. But I was probably not socialized very well.
Right.
Yeah, and then at some point I moved to like Southern Maryland, and was like Calvert County, St. Mary's area, and we lived there for like my teenage years were spent there, and not a huge fan of the Maryland. Sorry, everyone who likes the Maryland.
Ooh.
I didn't. Yeah.
Why don't you like Maryland? I mean, crab cakes.
There's just a thing where like I was
Crab
bound.
fries.
I was bound to at some point. I went to art school at a certain point, and if you were like the guy, like that is not an area for
That
for
supports
people that are heading
art
towards-
school behavior.
or the liberal arts in general, right? They're not. It's not a friendly neighborhood for that. Like you're expected to be kind of like. To enter into a very
prestigious, cliche
representation of masculinity. Let's put it that way. And which
Like Go Ravens type of masculinity.
Yeah, sure. I'm supposed to be like I don't know. And so
Why don't you apply for football?
They would
Football
love it.
is good.
They would love if I liked football. Yeah, that would have worked out great. Or if I could have hit a baseball, that was good. I remember being very bad at baseball and basketball.
Soccer.
I was good at soccer, but that didn't count because that
good
was
at
at the
soccer.
time that was not like they
It wasn't as cool as it is now.
It wasn't cool at all. People were like, oh, well, I mean, so the one time a year, like in gym class, you play soccer, I was better than everyone else. And then like and then that was it though. And then they'd like throw balls at me, and I'd like yeah, and I'd screw up.
Which further confuses.
Go on.
Just kidding.
Hey.
The very thing that your family was trying to push against, or whatever stereotype.
Everyone evolved in different ways. Like my dad slowly became this guy who like once he moved to Maryland, like living near DC, and so he went from being like, I want to read Herman Hesse novels and live in the middle of nowhere, to I like going to the theater, and like I like culture, and I like the art museum. And then my mom, they split up at a certain point. My mom like remarried like a Navy guy, and slowly became part of Maryland, as did like a lot of members of my family. So yeah, it's weird. It's you know how families go. Everyone sort of you pick a team usually, and then you end up on one side or the other, unless your family stays together, in which case, congratulations.
Oh, yeah, definitely not that here. But my folks have known each other for a pretty long time. It's almost as if they have been together forever, because they've been together since I was 4.
Wow, that's great.
And then they got married when I was 11. My mom and my stepdad.
No kidding.
Yeah,
that's cool. Do you like him?
Yeah, he's the best. Shout out Jose Antonio Martinez.
Jose,
chef
seriously?
at Chili Willy's.
Yeah. Oh my God,
that's my pops.
Yeah, it's great.
It was just his birthday on the 26th.
That's great.
It was just Alec's birthday.
It was the 3rd.
Yeah.
Yep.
February 3rd. The only Pisces man. Okay. Also my dad. Also my brother. There's a couple of Pisces men, but like the majority of them.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
I don't know that much about my thing. I know that I'm supposed to be creative. I know I'm supposed to be prone to alcoholism.
Back to the Hoe Garden.
But so far I've not been. Although it is in my family. I know that it is. My beer is.
Oh, here.
Okay. But yeah, it's definitely in my family. It's something that's a problem. But it is, fortunately, at least to my knowledge, not my problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pisces men, in my experience, besides my family members, like friends and like people I've met along the way, are very, very emotional and just high strung, very stubborn.
Well, I mean, have you guys heard about the male Pisces? Like,
have you heard about the male
What
Pisces?
Is our stereotype telling? Because
that like all like the serial killers are all like male Pisces.
Oh
no way.
Yeah.
we just like read Catcher in the Rye and go murder people and like yeah.
I mean, coincidentally, they're also born as a male Pisces.
Weird.
Charles Manson.
I think he might. There's somebody else who was really big in like back in the day.
I thought it was Pisces, Gemini, and Sagittarius were all the serial killers.
Right.
I'm a Sagittarius.
It's kind of like an inverted form of creativity, right? Where it's just like it all just goes backwards and like I just need to kill people. You know. Like,
well, I'm happy you found a different outlet.
Yeah. No, I play guitar and I at people sometimes, and that's as as confrontational as I think I'm going to become.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How long have you been playing guitar?
About 20 years.
Holy crap.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I'm not even gonna ask you how old you are because you don't look much younger than 20. Like I thought you were in late 20s or mid 30s.
Do you want to know?
If I'm allowed to ask.
I am 44.
No way. Alec is 44 years old.
What's up, everybody?
Apparently white don't crack.
You know, it cracks a little more than you think it does. I'm closer to the window than anyone.
Maybe I shouldn't say that.
It's okay. It's okay. I mean, I'm just saying.
It's a podcast. You can say whatever you want.
I hurt my knee running about a month ago. You know, that's a crack.
I'm only 29 and I've twisted both my ankles like 4 times. It's not a good time.
Moving is hard.
Yeah. I'm trying to get back in shape myself, so like I've been going to the gym again. My back's been hurting every single time.
But are you doing 75 hard?
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not crazy like you or like my brother.
Oh my God.
Like it's insane.
Okay, I haven't done full 75 hard just because I haven't.
Explain what that is.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
So 75 hard is a trend. The new trend is to do this routine workout exercise, but it's mandatory that you follow all the steps, and it's so strict that you have to start over the 75 days if you break one of the rules. And all the rules are follow your diet. It doesn't have to be any specific diet for 75 hard. Your diet. 2 workouts a day, not a week. Every week, 14 workouts, 2 a day. And one of them has to be outside. And then you have to take a picture every day. No alcohol. And
We already, yeah.
That's
I
too
think
late
that
for
was
me.
it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no alcohol. Oh, you have to also read 10 pages.
Oh,
of
you
a
have to
nonfiction
read
book.
10 pages
Really?
of a nonfiction.
Of a nonfiction book. Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
So like
It's weird
a
that that's
book
part
that
of
will
it.
help you, like an instructional
Oh, I see.
book.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Mm.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
like you're exercising everything and no alcohol, and you're
Sure.
exercising your brain. And the picture will like more influence you, and if you break any of the rules, you have
Yeah.
to start over.
Yeah,
That's
you-
why it's
from square
75
one.
hard.
Ah,
Yeah.
twice a day is
And so I
hard.
haven't started it because I
Right.
keep starting
And
over.
one of them has to be outside too. So like you gotta like
yeah.
in
I
the
mean,
middle of the winter.
I
you know.
liked running outside, even in the winter.
I'm
Actually,
not doing
I liked
outside
running
in the cold.
most in the cold. That was I actually miss it, and I'm jealous that people can still run. My knee is all weird right now. But
Yeah, valid.
yeah.
Samesies.
Yeah,
I'm
told-
just a server though. I'm not old.
Doesn't that count as exercise on some level?
It does, but like it's also a shift. I'm breaking the fourth wall, Jim Halpert style. Does working at a bar in Center City count as exercise? You be the judge.
What
There's
is it?
there's exercise in it. It's not
I
it's
think
not
so.
sedentary, right?
I mean, I carry up to it could be 40 pounds sometimes.
Sure.
You
Yeah.
know,
I mean, you're on your feet for like what, like 8 hours.
on
so
my
like
feet for
you're moving around. Yeah.
8 to 13
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
that's like. I mean, I wouldn't say it's like
Um,
conventional exercise, but I'll say like
It's not
It's definitely-
constant exercise either, but it's once in a while you carry something.
Right.
There's never cardio though. You're never running.
You got stairs though.
yeah,
There are stairs. You are
I mean, do
stair
you sit down on your shift? Like
mastering. No.
exactly. Like you know.
Sometimes.
You where?
Sometimes
It's a secret.
you know. There's a spot at the upstairs bar where you can like lean, and it's not like
Sure.
it's not full sit, but it's it's
Don't, say,
enough.
don't self snitch. Don't let your boss know where you take your lean breaks.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah. Don't give it up.
It's also right by the register, so it's not even a lean break. Like I'm literally working and leaning. There's no time to lean. No time to lean, or otherwise I would be cleaning, and I'm always cleaning and working and leaning, and at the register just.
See, I think that counts as exercise.
And-
I mean, yes. These are the motions.
You
So
know,
that's aerobic on some level,
of the Fergs.
right?
That's where I met Alec
Stewart,
Stewart.
that's me.
I'm gonna eliminate that. Just
Just say it again.
Alex Stewart. That's where I met Alex Stewart.
I mean, you can say my middle name if you want. It's I like my middle name.
Okay.
I don't really have a stage name of any sorts.
I feel like to have a stage name is good though.
It is. I've thought about it for years and come up with nothing. It's like a tattoo, you know, where like I don't have any, and I've always like they seem
Have you ever
cool.
wanted any?
Yeah, but I don't know what to do for like it's not in my
never too late.
brain. It's not, but I just like for whatever reason like the idea of permanence is attached to meaning, and I can never think of an image that has any meaning,
Mhm.
and which
I'm
is
the same way.
yeah. I just think other people don't care, and it's not as big of a deal. And I'm making too big of a.
It doesn't even matter because it's your
Yeah.
body.
That's
I
true.
have
yeah,
a
absolutely.
avocado on my arm,
And it's pissed,
so
and
it's,
that's awesome.
you know.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe I just need to like loosen up, which is like maybe.
I mean, but also you don't need to loosen up if you don't want to.
yeah. Who knows what's gonna
Like
happen?
it's also you're choosing.
I mean, just the
All
first
the
one.
options
Right.
are there.
There's another reason. Also, whenever I get like $300 extra and I'm like, I need to spend this right away. It's usually on a guitar of some sort, which you might have noticed at this point.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so I mentioned that is how we met, and obviously we've gathered that I work there through the motions of the beer and the gift of the first guest being a beer.
Tis Hogarden.
Yes,
Garden.
this
No affiliation.
that
no
no
affiliation.
affiliation, no sponsorship
So far, Hogarden.
yet. I am that person that laughs at their jokes. So describe to me a typical day. What do you do for work?
Okay, for work.
Yeah.
Sure. So my job's cool. I work for Stained Glass Studio, and I've worked for Stained Glass Studio since I was 27.
How'd you get
Go
involved in that?
off.
My uncle worked for Willett Studios, and he worked for the studio I work for currently as well. And so he sort of like when I was a teenager and I was not doing great in the burbs, he was like, come work for our studio. So I went and did like helper stuff for them, right? So like all the menial labor. And then at a certain point, like after I graduated college, I did a bunch of stuff. I worked for restaurants. I baristed.
I knew you were a barista. You have barista energy.
I had that vibe. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like being able to juggle or something. Do you know what I mean? Maybe
Yes.
just like people can tell even if you're not doing it.
I've been a barista on and off.
I like it when it's
I'm
not
terrible at milk art though.
milk art. I never really got to do it because
Terrible.
I worked for like sort of a weird little spot, and then I worked for Starbucks. And the I don't think the what is it, the espresso is of the same textural substance necessary to make this stuff.
Yeah,
You can't do it. It's like a weird pod chemical thing. And I hate Starbucks forever. So
Starbucks is bad.
it's not great. It wasn't a fun job. I was in Seattle. I moved out there to like try to like let's make it in Seattle. And I was like, what are the jobs? And
Is that like the
and you're
home
like, of
Starbucks?
course, Starbucks.
it is. It is. There's so many. So if you need a job, you can find a Starbucks and work there. But it's one of the most corporate jobs I've ever had for like making no money. And everyone's very like what can I do to get a store? And like everyone's like deeply involved in having the store identity attached to them in this way that it's like, am I working for like what? This is bizarre to me. You know, like I've never been around young people who are so like corporate and interested in like adopting the language and the speak of corporations and stuff like that in this way where I was like, this is a cult.
And that they're very good at having their like customer service voices, right? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, it wasn't just that. You were encouraged to be friendly on a level that is not natural. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100% that is.
That others would experience, to the right person would experience it as being fake, right? As being like, and like obsequious and like, like, how was your day? Are you doing,
That's
like,
such
is your dog doing well? I'm
SAT
so
word.
yeah.
Obsequious.
Oh, thank you.
What does that mean?
Fawning, servile.
What? Fawning what?
Yeah, where you're just like so nice to people, but it's not real. Do you know what I mean? Where you're like,
okay,
like,
okay.
You want
So fake niceness.
lots of it.
Fake happy.
Yeah. Right. And so that was my experience working there. On the other hand, if you like those lattes that have like weird flavors, you can get them there. So
how obsequious of you.
Yes, obsequious.
Obsequious.
Yeah. So Alec, how did you get involved with like doing like live performances and things?
Well, okay, so when I was in college, I like once again out of the burbs into the college, and I went to Cleveland Institute of Art, and which was like awesome. It was I got
in
to
Ohio.
Yeah, I was an
Ohioan.
So
were you by like is that by the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
I worked there briefly.
Yo,
really?
That's so cool.
It was that was another kind of weirdly corporate job because this is the way people reacted, or like the way that people reacted inside the institution was very like not formal, but kind of, I don't know, man. It was weird, and not what I thought it would be. I thought it would be like a lot of people that loved music who were like all really cool. And instead, it was kind of people that were like, I kind of interested more like in a surface level pop thing, and nobody was very cool. My friend Courtney, who got me the job, was cool. But I was a visitor service representative. I just moved around the exhibits, told people like, oh yeah, it's Steven Tyler stuff. Yeah, right, yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah, that's his vest.
Yeah, that's really it. Yeah, like Johnny Cash's guitar. You're right. It's over there. It looks like it does.
I just see it every day.
Yeah, I do have a cool story though. There was a band called what is it? Songs Ohio, who became Magnolia Electric Company. This guy Jason Molina, who is like an indie rock darling, he came through, and I was able to get him in free because if you gave the people at the counter your CD, then you were allowed to just go through the museum free. So I got the band in free, and then they got me into the show later, and that was pretty fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I love that band, so I was like very excited.
Name that band again?
It's Songs Ohio, and Jason
Ohio.
Molina is the guy who is like sort of the dude from all those bands. To answer your previous question though,
yes.
So we the way I got into playing music was there was an open mic on campus at this place called the Barking Spider, which means farting. That's what a barking spider is. It's an old timey way of saying it. But it was like this really cool place that would like they were very open to new musicians, and like they had an open mic there that was filled with very talented people, and I would just go and watch. And I was meanwhile at home playing and writing songs and stuff like that, but very, very, very insecure about it.
Very like you would write and like want to go up, but you would never go up.
Well, I did one. My first open mic was I like, so right after college, I spent the summer. I wrote 3 songs, and I was like, I'm gonna play them. That's my goal, right? And so they were very bad, but I did write them, and I took my least judgmental friend to open mic that I've been going to with like for about a year, and just watching people and being very jealous that they could perform in front of people. And there was this guy who went to my school who was extraordinarily talented, and he could play like this like slide blues guitar.
Oh, okay.
And everyone, but and he was like a big deal about it, and so like
with the metal ring on the finger kind of
that's
thing,
the
the
thing.
steel guitar.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite things.
It is beautiful. He sounded like he was in the 1930s, and
it always sounds so good.
It does.
Have you ever seen the keyboards with the steel rings?
Keyboards, yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's like steel guitar, right?
Yeah.
Those are amazing.
But there's the steel guitar that you can play with the strings and like that ring on your finger. You can go up and it sounds, or up and down. And it sounds like,
Yeah.
And there's a keyboard.
Yeah.
There's like this like keys kind of thing.
Yeah, they can.
It's like a xylophone kind of.
Like a synth or something.
In
a way, but it's like bluegrassy.
I think you mean steel guitar because it's literally like
flat?
a fretboard of but like and there's pedals depending on which one you get, right? I think there's some basic ones and there's others that do different things.
Then it is that
you get a really complicated version if you want, and that like raise and lower strings, maybe mute stuff, and and then you have like the slide, or there's this thing that you just hold. It's a metal bar and you can just move it back and forth.
That's one of my favorite things.
It's beautiful.
Guilty
sound.
pleasure.
Yeah. This is what that guy did. He did it on an acoustic guitar. He just sat it on his lap and sang. And I signed up on the list as far away from that guy as possible so I wouldn't be embarrassed.
Oh.
And then the person before me, he didn't show up. So they were like, Ben, why don't you come down here and do it? And so the guy who I was afraid of performing like after performed right before me, and then I had to get up after all of these people thought they had just like seen the most amazing thing ever. Yeah. But I did it. I got through 3 songs, and then I didn't do it for another year and a half because I was so embarrassed.
But you do it every week now.
I do.
Where are some of your favorite places in the city to go?
This is the Fergie's Open Mic Pub is Fergie's Pub.
Is like top
favorite.
5? Is your favorite?
No, it's my favorite one. I've been going there for 10 years.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
So am I your favorite bartender?
You are. Yeah, of course you are.
Oh my god, Alec!
I bet you said that to all the bartenders.
Bruh. Actually, no, I think you're my favorite bartender. That's great.
My
yeah, that's right. Of course.
That's so nice.
I'm going every week.
Because I know that you go to other open mics.
Yeah,
you didn't have to say that.
There's only one really I go to besides that one. It's I do like Philadelphia Brewing Open Mic is also very special.
Yes.
And the crowd there is very cool.
Is it much? I've never been there. Is it much bigger of a space?
It changes. It used to be just in like sort of the parlor of the place. Now it is now they do it outside when it's nice, which is awesome, and then they also do it inside, and that space is really beautiful as well. But mostly it's like the people that are going are very talented, and they like collaborate with each other, which doesn't happen at a lot of open mics. It's a bit more of a hang in terms of the fact that people may talk a little bit during your set, and and you don't feel like the thing I like about Fergie's is people really listen.
People are really opposed to that. People really listen, and they really don't talk over the performer at Fergie's, which is so like you don't see that often.
I mean, the thing that I like the most about that is just like, so that's the only, like, if you aren't
sometimes it gets a little rowdy when it's crowded, but like the common theme is that it's just okay, so the next person's on,
Yeah, I mean, that's the only way you can really get the feeling of performing in front of a crowd, or I'm sorry, an audience. Like, I think most open mics you perform in front of a crowd, like, there are people who are there and they are technically listening to you. But like, if you can find a spot where everyone shuts up and actually where you get to really perform for people, like, that helps you grow and experience what you could be as a performer in a way that is rare, and that's why I value that open mic so much.
Yeah.
Right. Because like,
it's a good one.
Yeah. And the people that are there are very good. And so or they're a mix even, or people that are aspiring.
We have amazing hosts or MCs, whatever you want to call it, every week.
True.
And sometimes we have Alec.
Hey, what's going on? Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes we have Alec. Sometimes we have Jonas.
Yep.
Nero. Antho. And sometimes we have Alec.
I like it that way.
And it's good. And sometimes we have guest performers when Alec's the host. You never know what to expect. Who was it that came not the last time that you hosted, but the time before that? Let's call them out. Let's give them a shout out. There was Tierney.
Tierney.
Yeah, and
Tierney and Todd.
Tierney and Todd. They were fantastic.
Yeah. Tierney Green And Todd has a very difficult to pronounce last name that I should know. It's like Foxnach or something like that. And
It was
I'm sorry,
very hard.
Todd.
No,
I'm
I
so
saw
sorry.
it on his credit card, and I was like, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna butcher
It's-
this. You
yeah.
are Todd.
But Tierney Green will do it for you, and you can find everything on them. But yeah, they're wonderful.
Their harmonies are so
Mhm.
balanced and
Yeah, they're both very talented people.
gorgeous. It sounds like it reminded me of like Tegan and Sarah, kind of.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. And it's like very folky
Mhm.
and very heartfelt, and
Yeah.
you can listen along, and like you're like, I've never heard this before, but that is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Todd independently reminds me of like Greenwich Village stuff, like from the '60s a little bit.
Yeah.
Like he loves all that stuff, and Tierney is like I don't know. I feel like Tierney is like sort of a Twin Peaks soundtrack meets like contemporary sounding stuff, and together that like doesn't sound like it makes sense, but it does. So
They also give me like the same aura as the band Haim, if you've heard of Haim.
I have heard of him.
They're three sisters.
Yeah,
They're three. I don't know where they're from, but they're all really good. They play all the instruments. They all sing, and they're like another indie pop group.
Sure.
Yeah.
I was introduced to them through Licorice Pizza, which is that Paul Thomas Anderson movie.
Oh,
I was just thinking that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were really good.
All of Haim is in there, including their parents.
Really?
Their parents are in
Their
that.
Yeah,
parents
one
are in
scene.
that
Yeah.
movie?
Yeah,
That
you
is
get to meet
badass.
Her family, yeah. Oh, I love Haim.
Yeah.
Like, I love Women in Music 3. What?
Philadelphia, everybody.
West Philadelphia. Not born and raised in the King Sessing Library where the motorcycles rage. Me. That's all.
Wow, that's pretty good.
That's all I got.
That was a good freestyle.
That was a good freestyle. I did my best.
Somewhere Will Smith is smiling.
Me.
And he probably hasn't smiled in a long time.
He's,
so
he's not smiling tonight.
I
I mean,
know.
after he got flamed by Chris
I
Rock last
saw
night.
that. I saw that.
Yo,
that
I
happened.
saw that was live, but I didn't get to watch it.
Yeah.
What's it about? Did he confront
Oh
the
no,
slap?
it's just the stand up, and then he talks about it for like I didn't watch it either.
I didn't watch
Oh,
it.
okay.
I tuned in like after it when it was like the after party.
Yeah.
And they had like all these random people just like talking about the stand up like it was like a sports event.
Mm.
It was even there was a commentary on NPR about it, which is how you know like it's like
Yo, it seems like
This
everybody
is a
was
national event.
Everybody was like so invested. I don't know why. Everyone
don't
was
know
so
either.
invested. I mean, I'm kind of over it. I don't know about you guys.
I mean it seems like
It is old news, but I also just want to know, like,
sure.
did they talk about it?
No.
Oh,
Or
no.
is they boys? You
Yeah,
know?
no. I mean, are they boys? I don't know.
Are they?
No, I mean no, they're probably
Like,
not boys.
If my
no.
boy slapped me on national television, I'd be like, "Yo, we're not boys
We're
anymore."
not boys anymore.
Yeah. It's dysfunction, you know. As I think it's just one of those things where it's just like it becomes public gossip, kind of, right? And we all love it,
Yeah.
you know. And so like it's hard not to read those articles and to have an opinion on it, right?
We'll continue talking about it
Mm.
until we get to the bottom of this.
No, yeah, literally. I mean, I remember
Right,
the
I
night
think-
it happened. It was
yeah.
nuts.
Do not slap people and think
Yeah.
like at a major televised event. I think that's the moral of the story, right?
That
Well,
is the
that
moral
and
of the
also
story.
don't talk about
Don't
Jada
talk
Smith.
about
Jada
someone's
Pinkett Smith.
wife. Also,
Yeah.
both sides.
Sure.
And the punishment didn't fit the crime though. You shouldn't have
yeah.
slapped him on national television.
I think that's about right. Yeah.
but also bad crime.
Also, like aren't you also like isn't he also sort of a comedian, actor, performer person? Like you can't say something smart instead of hitting him.
Yeah.
Like isn't that like something you're supposed to be good at? Like
Mhm.
so if he said something stupid, then say something back, but you don't smack him, right?
Or maybe like
Yeah.
play
I mean-
up the
Yeah.
Jane.
I mean,
Thing.
no,
That
yeah, 'cause
joke
it
was not
like
that
a
funny.
yeah, it wasn't even funny. It wasn't even worth it.
Half
It
people don't
wasn't
even
good.
know what G.I. Jane is. Like it's just like outside of the realm of of relevance.
Was
you
it?
know?
Mm.
Angelina Jolie, the G.I. Jane, or
No, it's Demi Moore.
Demi Moore. Okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe it is relevant because you know all about it. That's
I mean, I just know because I'm
Yeah.
fucking crazy. I was very invested in because
Uh-huh.
I don't know, just like I mean, I don't know. If I was in Will Smith's shoes, right?
Sure.
Like everybody knows that his wife had an entanglement publicly. Everybody knows that, and then to make matters worse,
Meme of entanglement here.
yeah, and then like she had him
Definition of
on to
entanglement.
talk about it on her Facebook like show.
Oh,
About
the
the
red
enta-
table
Yeah,
talk.
it's I don't know.
Shut the
Wait,
fuck
did that
up.
happen? I
Yes.
didn't know about this.
Oh yeah, I've been fully
With her
invested.
mom and her daughter. It's so awkward.
So wait, so Chris Rock, her mom, and her daughter.
no.
No,
So what hap-
Jada Pinkett
yeah.
Smith.
Okay.
So
her mom
Jada
and her
cheated.
daughter.
Yeah. So Jada cheated on Will with Jaden's friend,
Yikes!
and
I did not know
everybody
about
knows
that.
about it.
I'm like,
Wait,
wow.
Jada?
Jaden.
No,
not Jaden. What's the guy's name?
Jada cheated on Will with
With August. August names.
Her son's friend.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
her
sorry. I
son's-
guess I'm too invested.
Wow.
Wait,
Wait,
I
wait.
I knew he was young,
didn't
but
know
I
the
didn't know that it
situation?
was her son's
Yeah,
friend.
it was Jaden's friend.
Did that happen before or after the slap?
Oh, before. So
Okay.
like he was the laughing stock of like I think it all kind of boiled over to that point. Like he was like because everybody was making fun of him because like everybody like August was hooking up with Jada and
Yikes.
like so that's why like when
That
Chris
is
made the joke
so much
he was
energy.
he was just like
no.
done with it. You know.
No. Oh, I see. Okay, so he was probably a bit like angry about other things,
Oh yeah.
and he was like a little So
Manifested
That's
into
a lot.
projecting a slap.
that's a lot. Hollywood is messed up, you guys. Like
Oh,
right, always has been kind of.
Yo, I literally did you watch the first episode? I literally joked about it.
what
Hollywood
is it?
is fucked up.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, the what episode?
Did you watch the first episode? It's okay if you did not.
I
But
didn't-
I,
I actually
joked.
didn't. I haven't-
No,
I haven't
that's
done it yet. I'm
fine.
sorry.
That's fine. Don't be apologetic. This is your sign now. This kind of sounds like the ASMR that we had earlier.
Oh yeah, we found out that these mic works great.
Oh, thank you.
If you haven't watched the first episode, the pilot, this is your chance now. This is a advertisement for that.
Can I ask if so? Since this is
Oh, because we joked about Hollywood being creepy.
no. I want if I want to listen to this, what do I do?
Oh, it's on YouTube's.
It's all so. I guess I look for it.
YouTube.com.
Okay.
/@ literally Lisi,
Okay.
which is so weird that it keeps that at.
Yeah, I thought the same thing when I was setting it up. I'm like, because
Yeah.
I put in your name and then it was like, oh, your username is now @Literally Lacey. And I'm like, is this Instagram now?
Is this the Instagrams?
Yeah.
Everyone wants to be each other. With it, Reels is TikTok, and Stories is Snapchat. Everything is the same.
I am learning all of these things right now.
Yeah, social media is just insane.
I'm
now.
not very good at it, and it's a problem.
No, it's fine.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't want to. Like, I'm kind of brain broken because of it.
Yeah.
Like,
I do often wish I was a little more savvy, or like had I feel like it's a super extroversion part of your brain that like can like that knows how to like be present online in a way that isn't shitty. Do you know what I mean? Or crappy. Excuse me if it's the children listening.
No, it's
Oh,
fine.
no,
We'll-
this is
we marked this in there.
we-
You're good.
we are fine.
Yeah. So because I don't have that, you see people that are good at it, right? And like they can, they post all the time and it's not annoying. And then there are people, that aren't good at it.
For me, like I feel like there's a fine line of being
It
like
is.
good at it, where like you're good at it, like you can like make
Yeah.
like some pretty good content. But then
Sure.
like if you're bad at it, trying to be good at it, you just put hateful shit out there,
Yeah, it's very
and
bad,
that's
yeah.
what drives the clicks.
The
That's
hateful
what
shit
gets
is
it.
awful. I just found out I was a bad photographer and like, you know what I mean? Kind of.
I like the wholesome stuffs.
Sure.
The Mr. Beast stuff. It's
That was
funny.
good.
It's funny, but they also give millions of money away a
Yeah.
year. It's crazy.
Mhm.
How is
Yeah.
that possible?
Yeah, I mean, that's you've heard about Mr. Beast? Like,
No.
oh my god, he did a video where he cured 1,000 blind people.
What?
1,000 blind
It was
people
like
cured.
glaucoma or something.
With what?
Yeah.
With money?
Money.
Yeah, he paid
Yeah,
for
alright.
all of their
Money.
surgeries and got them all
It's-
got them all cured.
The
Made a YouTube
last
video.
YouTube video pays for the next YouTube
Really?
video because he's so large
I didn't know this.
and he donates so much of it.
All right, I'll look it up.
All of it.
All right, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's very hard. He also does the Squid Games too.
Oh,
video.
really? Is that
yeah,
true?
he
Okay.
recreates the Squid Games.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the internet's crazy. You like whatever you think about, like
Yes.
there's a character or an account
Yes.
dedicated to it,
Right.
and it's insane
Yeah.
nowadays.
Yeah. It's a city. There's lots of weird neighborhoods. Yeah.
What's your favorite neighborhood?
In Philly?
Yeah. To
Hmm.
eat, drink. What's your favorite
know,
meal right now?
Man, favorite meal. Okay, so let's see. There is
It is restaurant week this week.
don't-
/ last
don't
week.
servers hate restaurant week?
Yeah, but not.
do
in-
you hate Restaurant Week?
all? Let's repeat it. All
All
together now. All
All
servers hate
hate
restaurant
restaurant
week.
week.
Thank you.
Yes.
But there's no restaurant week.
That was pretty good. by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
very good. There's no restaurant week in Midtown this week, but I think it's in
Hmm.
East Passyunk.
Okay.
So in I think it goes till the 17th or
Yeah,
the
yeah.
7th. But anyway, that's
So-
rocking and rolling. Where's your favorite happy hour?
No. Oh, okay. So favorite happy hour. Well, favorite restaurant. I love Little Nona's just because I love pasta so
Yeah.
much. I don't think they have a happy hour. Favorite happy hour though, on a similar vein, is Giuseppe and Sons. You
Okay.
guys ever been there? It's this weird basement in like so
I've
it's on
heard
it's
good
on
things,
Sansom.
though.
Yeah, it's on Sansom. And the weird thing is you go down into the basement and there's just this like bar area, but it kind of looks like you're in The Shining or something like that. It looks like it goes forever and your
Are we
soul
gonna
is
have
corrupted.
Mama's meatballs, or are we
They
gonna
have
get
meatballs.
murdered?
They have meatballs, so you don't have to get murdered because they have the meatballs.
Okay, got
And,
it,
but,
got
like,
it. Meatballs are
yeah,
good.
right. But every time I'm there, this is what I want from a bar or any like space is just like that feeling of like this is mythological and weird. You know what I mean? And you don't always get that from that's why I like Fergie. Fergie's is also like that. I feel like
Fergie's Pub.
it goes forever and
Let's
this-
just
this
count
yeah.
how. I'm just kidding. We don't. That's gonna be a lot of work. Let's not count how
Yeah,
many
yeah.
times we say
Fergie's
my
Pub.
job.
Yeah, I
Fergie's
mean
Pub.
it's relevant to the thing. But yeah. So I love Giuseppe's and Sons. That's a good happy hour.
Fergie's Pub does have the best Guinness pour.
I've just started drinking Guinness again.
Yeah.
So hey, how about it? It doesn't get me totally trashed.
I got the
so
stamp
it's
of
nice.
approval last night. My coworker Michael Call.
Mhm.
I love him. He's a little intimidating because he's Irish. Last night I was
Like-
behind the bar.
Like from Ireland.
Yes, from the Ireland.
Wow.
He was talking about something with my coworkers. I was getting a glass of water.
Mhm.
I'm not drinking right now. Shout out again to Lent.
Sometimes you gotta not drink, guys.
Sometimes you gotta not drink.
It's important.
But I'm behind the bar and he's like, Lacey, can you pour me a Guinness? And I'm like, sure, Michael Call.
Pressure's on.
And so the pressure is on. He's Ireland Irish, not
Right.
American Irish, like the
Yeah.
accent Irish, and
He's not South Philly Irish.
will be no, not South Philly, no, like
He knows if you've done it wrong.
damn, I can't be calling him out like this and not know where he's from, but
The town of Guinness.
like
The town of
the
Guinness.
he's
So, like,
the-
Dublin?
the
Oh.
town of Guinness, not Dublin. I think it started. You know,
Don't worry,
I
we'll
don't
fix it in
remember.
post.
Right.
We will fix it in the post. We will edit all of that out.
Right.
God damn it.
He's from Nitro Stout.
But
Ireland.
anyway, the point of the story is that I poured this Guinness and I put it in front of him on the napkin ever so carefully,
Uh-huh.
and he goes, "Perfect pour."
Very nice.
Very nice, very good.
Craft is important.
And I'm just destroying his accent right now. I'm very
Mhm.
sorry. I'm
Amazing.
like literally on my hands and knees, and I'm so sorry. That's the worst thing. No one make fun of my accent. I don't have an accent.
You don't have an accent.
Do I not?
You have about as much of an accent as I do.
I have an American accent. I
Me
think.
too.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like I just watch too much TV, and like my parents are immigrants then I'm a first generation, so like first generation American.
Sure, yeah.
So I don't, I get my accent from my friends in Jersey, and then I moved to Philly.
You're Dominican? Is that that's
I'm
one? That's one
Dominican,
part, right? Yeah.
and I'm Puerto Rican.
And Puerto Rican.
hmm But I'm not too in touch with the culture of my Puerto Rican side.
Sure.
And then I am in touch with Mexican culture because that is where Jose is from, my stepdad.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
So since I was 4.
Have you ever been to the Dominican Republic?
Twice, and also Mexico twice.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Very
Yeah.
beach.
Which one's your favorite?
All of them were very good, but I didn't see any family in Dominican Republic. It was more
Mhm,
so
mhm.
like resort vacation type thing.
Yeah.
So Mexico was both resorty and family. So I can say that I like Mexico more.
I went to Tulum once, and that was you got a choice, kind of. You could either
You have a
chill-
choice.
You could chill at the beach with like all the and basically
or again the possibility of murder.
right.
Yes.
And I chose
With
I chose the
cartel.
latter, and it was much more. It was great. It was awesome. I loved it.
Not dying is good.
Yeah, yeah. There's
Yes,
smaller
yes.
towns.
Tacos
that
are
better.
tastier than death.
They are, but
Yeah.
sometimes you got to risk it.
Risk it for the chicharron, I guess.
Right. There was a I read for a while. I was reading a bunch of Juno Diaz, who is
Juno.
you know him. He was a writer from Dominican Republic. And
Okay.
he has one book called the
Oh yeah,
the Brief and
Brief and
Wonderful
Wild-
Life
yeah.
of Oscar Wilde.
No, I'm just
I
gonna
literally just
write
read that like the other
down.
year.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah. I know. I didn't know anything about it.
Juno Diaz.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never
yeah.
heard of Jonah Diaz?
Yeah, I do think he's gotten in trouble, but I think it
gonna
wasn't
say
that.
Yeah, I
big
think
of
he
a
was
trouble.
canceled. Like
He
a
got
couple years ago.
canceled.
Oh.
But he was. I know, there it is, scratch it out. I feel like he was on the periphery of canceldom, so it was like I don't know. It's rough. A Brief Wonderful Life of Oscar Wilde was it was. a
But
good
the book's really good.
Yeah.
About like identity and about like
Yeah.
how like like certain like he was like the main character was like Dominican. He was like,
Yeah.
as a Dominican, like I need to get laid. If I don't get laid, I'm not Dominican. Like if I
Right.
can't talk.
I
to
mean,
a
like
girl.
Yeah.
Never mind. Hey,
I
this
did
is the-
like, so it really disappointed me actually that he did get canceled. Well, not that he shouldn't have been. I'm not the person to judge that.
No,
but
but
like,
it's just like,
but he was.
you like his stuff, but then he gets canceled. Then you're like, now I can't tell
Well,
people I like his stuff.
I
But
know.
like also like I
that
mean,
book was a good book, and
relatable.
yeah, and he also.
I mean, he's just honest.
well, he
That's-
spoke
the
a
man
lot
knows
about.
what he wants.
There's stuff in there's a thing online on YouTube where he is interviewed by, this is before he gets in trouble. He was interviewed by Steven Seagal, who was wait don't tell me, right? And it's a really good interview, and you get like, and it's surprising that guy screwed up. But I mean, maybe that's just because people are human and they are also not what they represent themselves as necessarily. But that was also a good interview, and so like, and he has a lot of thoughts on gender that are like much more, I would say, woke than someone who gets in trouble for fucking up. So and so there's a lot of cognitive dissonance there.
That's good.
Yeah.
Unlike George Lopez, like he
What happened to him?
Yo,
What?
he got so good, and he put out merch recently when the pandemic hit with like
really?
La Chingona, which is like that badass printed on like masks for COVID. My dad got
Yeah.
one. He was cool. He was cool again, and then he got that new show. He was cool again, and then this
Did he wreck it?
this new
wrecked it.
comedian came out, and George Lopez was in an interview, and he was like, "Oh yeah, who? Why are you even calling out that guy? Fuck that guy. I don't know that guy." And they're like, "What about when you were coming up?"
Yeah.
And people were saying "fuck you," and they're like, "Whatever, fuck that guy."
Yeah. So he wrecked it.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
yes. I mean, maybe he's apologized since.
When you're reading books like that, you never know what's happening. Like, you have to like Google the person.
Actually, he's apologized to
don't
him
know any
privately
author
since,
like that.
but
Yeah.
I feel like it's a whack move to not apologize publicly when you defame somebody publicly.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah. I do think
I
that.
don't know.
Yeah. The comedians keep getting in trouble, right? Like, I mean, I think if anyone keeps getting in trouble with the comedians, they don't know. Like, I understand that it's difficult, like, because like you're supposed to test boundaries, and then, but like also like so much of comedy is observational, and
For sure.
and that means that means that viewpoints vary quite a bit, and like some people have some really fucked up viewpoints, and so right, and so like. They're doing this thing that used to be this safe space to say whatever you wanted, and I understand the complaint there, like it used to be safe, but then also like you just see all these like regulations and stuff all over the country that are messed up, and like you're fueling that stuff, and these people are going to you for, you know what I mean? It's fucked. You can't.
It's a cycle.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, you have to like be aware of yourself and informed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think it's like a fine line, I guess. Of
Yeah.
Just like, because I mean, there are some comedians who are able to like make those types
Sure.
of jokes, right? But,
Right.
like, they do it kind of more in like a masterfully way of like where like they're not
Right.
really punching down, like
yeah,
typically.
yeah.
But like a lot of like comedians, I feel like like Roseanne Barr just came out with a new one.
Did you watch it?
I watched a little bit of
What did you think?
it. Oh my god,
Is it a nightmare?
it was just all like
Yeah.
like, oh, like it's because the woke people, like my kids suck.
Oh my God.
It's just like, all right,
Right. Yeah.
Like-
Right.
like I don't know, like you can tell she didn't really try to write something. Like it
Yeah.
could be funny. Like she could have like that point of view, but like you gotta have it in like a way where it's like funny, where it's not more nuanced than just like, oh, like the left suck.
I know. I have at least one relative that's like really into all of that. Like they're just like, yeah, this is like,
Yeah, brother.
Right. They used to hate Roseanne Barr, and now they love Roseanne Barr
I
because
love Roseanne Barr. I used to love.
I did like the
her
show when it was on. Yeah.
Yeah.
It used to. Well, the show used to be kind of like the grittiest sitcom on television. Do you know what I mean?
Really?
Where it
With
was
John
like-
Goodman? The
yeah, well, I
greatest?
mean, because I think if you watch any of those shows from that time period, everyone's in a McMansion, right? Like they're in these giant houses with
Mhm.
like everyone like 7 rooms.
They're always huge.
They're huge
and they
houses.
always have like 5 to 7 kids.
or a butler. And
Yeah.
like and
What
like
is
and then
that?
and then like Roseanne comes on, and it's just like they're poor, and like they
like
and they-
Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
Yeah.
They've literally.
The
well,
brother, yeah.
or like Mr. Belvedere like was a butler like for like somebody in like sort of a, I don't know, like a McMansion house, and then so like, but Roseanne they were all broke, and like that was part of the thing, right? Which was at the time like a very liberal show to watch.
Mhm.
It's I don't know, it's weird.
I
It's
feel
weird
like
how
it's
things
definitely
change around.
like a breath of fresh air, especially nowadays, because I feel like there's not really much content out where it talks
Yeah.
about like the blue collar class anymore. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like everything's all like like
Yeah.
White Lotus.
It's
I
too
I
much.
did watch White Lotus.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
you did? I got
yeah.
like. Let's not talk about it. Let's not ruin it. One
No,
for
no,
the audience and two for me because I think I only
won't.
got to the third episode.
It's very enjoyable because they're kind of like this.
But
is what,
also the wit on those girls are punchy.
yeah.
They're just so like. Well, maybe your dad, like just. He enjoyed being gay. Like, what's so bad about that?
I feel like the White Lotus episodes, they're like people in the roles of almost like Greek gods. Like they're like everyone has so much power and money, and they can like live this opulent
A
lifestyle.
destructive.
But their lives are
amount.
all just so corrupt, and like right, like they're I don't know. They're just like this, they're struggling so much as just to be human beings, but they have like all the wealth that anyone would ever want in order just to
Which
to
is
be there.
not necessary.
No.
It's
yeah.
it's definitely not Loveless in Alex Corner with
Hey.
everything that he writes about in his
Aw.
lovey-dovey singer-songwriter.
Do you think I'm lovey-dovey?
Yes.
That's interesting.
It's like
I mean I don't know. I've been in a relationship for a long time now, so that's good. I try.
Was it 3, 4 years? 5 years? 6 years.
6 years, everybody.
Okay, I fudged that up. It
It's
was
okay.
half. Okay, 6 years.
Yeah. Things are going
How
good.
did you meet her? What's your name? Shout her out.
Oh, it's Megan Perry, and I met
Go off
her
Megan
on
Perry.
Bumble.
Bumble.
Of all
Wow.
things.
Where it
Way back in the
worked
day.
out.
Yeah, it did work out. And like, yes.
We're here for the journey.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is there any new music or recent music that's been released?
The last thing I did, I think, was in like 2019. I think it was 19. My friend TJ McGlynn, she produced it. He was another person who performed at the open mic as a feature one time. Yeah, he's very good. He's in a bunch of bands. And I am currently trying to figure out what I want to do next. I need to record it on a budget, and I need it to not suck. So I'm considering my options. Which I don't know. Like I think that right now that's where I have music, so it's just like, what do I want to do to record it?
And are you currently songwriting?
Oh yeah. I never really stopped. Like I learned to
Always
play guitar.
Songwriting is the key.
Well,
with songwriters,
I learned to write by playing guitar. Like that's how I learned. Actually, that's how I learned to play guitar. Is like I wasn't good. We talked about this a little earlier.
Yeah.
I'm not good at covers. My voice doesn't really hit the range of most people.
My favorite Alec quote is, and it's not pretentious or douchey whatsoever, but it's, I don't do covers.
Not a lot of them. No, I'm not. I'm not very good at them. I just think,
I liked the Winter Wonderland.
Oh,
John.
thank you. You know, I do like Christmas songs.
That was good.
Yeah.
The Christmas songs are awesome. I don't know why. I just like they're very nostalgic for me, and like I feel like they have different chords than pop songs do, and so like or at least they seem to me. And like there's just I don't know. There's always just a couple like jazz. They're like especially the 1950s.
Yeah.
And 60s songs, like they're a little jazzy and
like the Rat Pack and everything.
Yeah, or just like I like Brenda Lee a lot. Like I love listening to that song, and there's like these like Rock Around the Christmas Tree is like sounds cheesy, but like there's these great little like everything that I like about guitar is happening in that song, which is like these chords that are like the electric guitar sounds like it's just as warm as a light bulb, and then they're sliding these chords off. They're hitting the chords and they're sliding them back. And like I just love the way that sounds. It makes me want to play electric guitar. Like so yeah, I don't know. Those songs are especially of that era, you know, I can't imitate an entire band behind me when I'm doing a cover of that. But for whatever reason I've been able to like do little arrangements of those that I can play every year that I like. Doing other covers are kind of I don't know. It's just like one of those things you have to work so hard to make a cover work
and make it your own rendition sometimes too.
It's almost the same amount of work as
because are you karaokeing it or are you
that doesn't bother me.
Are you musicianing it? That doesn't bother me either, but at times I want to I don't know, I really liked what Antho did with I Think I Like When It Rains by Willis.
That was beautiful.
That I didn't expect that because like I love that song.
Yeah.
But when he started with the lyrics I was like, "Oh, that's pretty." And then he did the I Think I Like When It Rains, and I was like, "Yo, I do like that song."
You should get him to do this. He is so talented.
He just started a show.
Oh yeah, no, that's right.
I'll call it out. It's called Classical Candy on YouTube.
Antho, you should listen to it.
Antho,
listen
to it. Where he describes and talks about classic songs.
Yeah,
and he's very educated about it. He's a music teacher and tutor.
Right.
So there's that, but
yeah.
More with Alex, we're gonna, get to it and let him do his thing. I think it's about that time.
Do you want me to play something? Okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Let's
Oh,
do
yeah.
that.
I know that you wonder what you would do without your luck. I know that you forget where the ideas from. Well, I'll forgive you for some push and shove. I built my bright identity. Well, I've got something, call it the indigo. Still surface wicked undertow. Smooth talkers, friends and foes. Well, I've prepared a soliloquy. Signs say it's alright, darling, and I still hope you win. Don't accept no promises, no one, when clearer eyes disagree. Oh, you better, baby, come on. Where's your smile? If you're the dog-eared pages of a bibliophile, and you know words mean a lot to me, save me from some insanity. Signs say it's alright, darling, and I still hope that you win. And don't accept no promises to no one when clearer eyes disagree. Signs say it's alright, darling, and I still hope that you win. And don't accept no promises to no one when clearer eyes disagree.
I was gonna say if you want to do it again, we can.
Okay.
But I want to end it with like us running in and going, and that's our show.
What are we doing?
That's me. Well, we're definitely gonna
Alright.
do that again, and that's our show. Thank you so much for watching.
Thanks for having
This
me.
is literally Lisi and Alec Stewart and Troy Trogger, our producer,
guys?
editor. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.